Welcome to Undeniable episode 1. So as you can tell, the tone's already changed for this. This series is going to be basically me proving my capabilities as a bodybuilder, but also as a online coach, as a influencer, basically content creator. This is going to document the real start to like my biggest push yet in my business life, my bodybuilding life, and kind of leaving my personal life per se behind and focusing on one goal, and that is the British finals, international finals for the UKFBA. That is like the number one goal, is to be British champion in junior men's physique. That's kind of like the number one goal. So in this episode, basically, I'm going to take you through basically the things I'm going to be doing in this series, and also some of the things which I'm going to be implementing to my life to basically change it. Like, I'm flipping my life on its head. All the previous videos you'd have seen, I've been going out, been having fun, good festivals, holidays, all sorts. And don't get me wrong, like, I love that, but at the same time, when you've got massive goals and aspirations, you need to sacrifice and put things to the side. So last year was the blowout. So kind of the last few years, how it's gone has been, we did prep. Prep was, the first bodybuilding prep was to find out, is this what I want to do? Do I enjoy it? Can I do it? Before I then commit to this massive off season where I'm pushing body weight up. Because for me, bulking is uncomfortable. Like, it's not something I enjoy doing, but I do it anyway because in the end of the day, you got to fucking suck it up and fucking eat food and grow if you want to basically be a bodybuilder. So yeah, and then after that was basically the blowout phase. Basically catch up on all the fucking partying and the sessioning that I missed out on because of COVID, and just kind of be a, well, not teenager, but be a young adult, socialise, have fun, meet people, have experiences. Things go wrong when nights out, things go right, travel well, I've already travelled the world, but do some more travelling, and just kind of like do some more personal development, socially, is probably the best way to put it. So yeah, and then now we come down to the next phase, which is basically focusing back on bodybuilding, except this time I'm taking it a lot more serious because I know what I'm doing now. I've done it once, I know I can do it again, and this I'm going to give 110% to. I'm going to put my physique to shame that I put on stage last time, which I was not happy with the showing I had, the more and more I look back on it, and there's been a lot of changes there going forward. So basically, the premise of this series, so we're gonna have 2 videos a week. We're gonna have basically Undeniable phase 1, which is going to be the off-season phase, and then Undeniable phase 2, which will be the prep. So obviously the uploads will be the same, but obviously there'll be a difference between phase 1 and phase 2, in terms of obviously the content. I'm going to basically break down some of the things I'm going to be doing to change my life around, in terms of now basically honing down everything onto that one goal and being just absolutely dead on one goal. Every waking moment, from even when I'm going to sleep, I'm thinking about that championship. These are the things I'm basically going to be doing to basically tailor my life towards this one singular goal. In no particular order. I couldn't really think of how the best way to order these. I'm just going to basically start listing them off. So to start off with, I'm going to be deleting any apps that do not contribute to my goal or distract me from my goal. So I'm about to put a screen recording up here. So basically I'm going to be deleting basically any apps that don't have any involvement with my business, or just waste a lot of time on. So 1, dating apps. So Tinder, Hinge, you're fucking out. Number 2, it's going to be going off, is going to be any social media apps that I basically don't need to for my business. So Snapchat, which I spend a lot of time on, that's out. Facebook I don't spend any time on, but I get pings on my phone and I check them. That's going. Including Facebook Messenger. What else is going to take the sack? B-Reel's going. So yeah, so that's basically going to reduce my screen time, aka just being a bit more present, basically trying to also bring down my my dopamine like sensitivity as well, increase my dopamine sensitivity in terms of not getting the satisfaction from getting a ping on my phone. So turning my notifications off as well, basically just if it's not to do with business, I'll look at it when I have time, but I'm not going to prioritize me checking this one in each individual like I get on my posts, basically. So then that kind of also leads on to routine. So I'm going to have a very, very strict routine set going in. Every week is going to be literally carbon copy, minus maybe obviously a few changes with work, but like mostly carbon copy every single week. Every Monday is going to be the same as every Monday, every Tuesday is going to be the same as every Tuesday. Keeping myself basically then next thing is a good sleep schedule, so I kind of merge these into one. So going to be getting up probably around anywhere between 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. every day. The reasons can change is because if I've got so for example Thursday nights I've got a shift till 10 o'clock, so it's unrealistic to think I'm going to be waking up any earlier than 7, because obviously then got to finish work, come home, and then obviously go to sleep. And if there's anything bits and bobs I gotta do before I go to sleep to set myself up for the next day, obviously I need to make sure I'm prioritizing getting my 8 hours every night minimum. If I can get more, I will take more. I'm not also going to sit up and watch TV just for the sake of watching TV. Like if I've got nothing left to do that night, I'm going to go to sleep. There's no basically more wasting time. So if it gets 9 o'clock and that's my day done, my food and meals are done, I'm hitting the fucking hay, mate. So next, this one's probably going to be one of the toughest ones out of all of them, and that's basically going to be removing myself from any social situations. As I've already said, so no more nights out, no even trips just to the pub. Like I'm basically physically removing myself from all situations outside of basically me socializing inside the gym, or FaceTiming people. Literally, I'm putting myself basically in a bit of like, basically putting my hood up and basically just removing myself from any social situations that can distract me. This isn't a healthy thing to do. This is what basically I'm going to sacrifice to achieve my goals. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to be talking to people, like I'm still going to be texting, still going to have FaceTime people, and if I see people in the gym I'll see them, but outside of that I will not be basically leaving my house to go and see people. Just because it can distract me and make me miss meals, it can push my days back. I just don't want to do that. This like series is all about those like 1% and even less, like the 0.00%. Like anywhere I can, I'm honing in. I don't want any stone not unturned. So next, basically any free time I have during the day, I'm basically going to be using to focus on self-development and also focusing on my business. I want to basically, by the end of this prep, I want to be like a full online coach. So for those who don't know, basically I PT in person and I've got like 1 or 2 clients online, but the goal is I want to be online so that way I can, I can move. I want to move up north to like Rotherham, or just generally probably up north to put myself in that environment, near like George, Thorburn, and like all those kind of people, just because it's just much more conducive basically what I want to do. So business wise, yeah, basically goal is to be fully online by the end of this prep. So yeah, self-development wise, basically education, reading, I'm going to heavily invest back into reading and planning my weeks better, and just basically anything I can do to increase like my day-to-day productivity, or learn something new, or just become like a better person basically, in terms of like self-value, I will do it. Instead of watching YouTube or watching Netflix or just sitting around doing fuck all. Every single moment, as I said, is going to be towards that final goal. One thing I'm also going to be doing is taking trips regularly to the coach and to Rotherham, just to make sure I'm constantly putting myself in that environment, because those environments are so much more conducive to what I want to do. So spending time with Charlie and Adam if I go to coach, just being around them, because they're like, when they're in their sessions, they're fucking locked in. Then going up to Rotherham to see George or train with just in that environment, it's just so much. Like, every time I go there, I just get that itch, and I want to, if I can get that, you know, go up and basically catch that like vibe once a month, then that'll be obviously ideal, because it'll just keep my head switched on, and keep me wanting to push forward. Just very motivating. Another thing is, so I'm going to be moving house at the end of this month, so end of November I'm moving house. I'm moving out this 5x5 box I live in, which is really been fucking annoying. So basically moving a bit further away from the gym, so going to be a 25-minute drive now from the gym. And basically the room I'm getting is a good like maybe 6 times the size of the room I'm in right now. I'm basically getting, there'll be a full like house tour, or like room tour, whatever we want to call it. Basically I'm getting like an annex, so it's basically, I'll flash up a picture. This is it completely cluttered, but it's actually quite big. Yeah, so basically I'm gonna have a section for basically a workstation. So the one thing I've lacked this whole time is I haven't had a workstation. Like, I've either had to sit on my bed, which is fucking horrible on my back, or I've had to sit at the kitchen counter, which is again really not that ideal. It's just really uncomfortable for my back. There's no back supports, and it's like on a stool, or I sit on the couch, which again just isn't very conducive to a good work environment. So gonna get a desk, gonna get a proper chair, gonna get a monitor, and have like a proper like work space where I can sit down, edit videos, do check-ins, education, all that kind of stuff, because I feel like that's super important. It's dividing up your life into having, okay, when I sit down here it's to work, when I sit down here it's to relax, when I sit down here it's to eat. Dividing up your spaces is really important, I think, personally, for just mental management. Already said about doing 2 YouTube videos a week, and that's going to kind of keep me on track and keep me kind of like solidified, because if I'm committing myself to 2 videos a week, obviously that means I need to be regularly filming, which obviously means picking up my camera often, picking up my phone and filming clips more often. So yeah, and then that leads me on to mindset management. So I'm gonna get back. I have been journaling, but I've been journaling really poorly recently. Like, I've been doing it once a week. I need to get back into doing it basically every single day. So I'm back to journaling every single day, and then I'm also going to be journaling every day, and I'm also going to get back into meditating. I used to do that when I was living in Dubai and I was going through severe anxiety, like just being like probably separation anxiety and just being away from home. So I'm going to get back into doing that. Just because, like, if I can be more anxiety free, it's just more beneficial. Less cortisol, less stress, obviously more productive for bodybuilding, and also just more productive for my mental health. Finally, if that's everything off the top of it, is investing in supplements and other things that can help. So going to basically be spending money on as basically the most crucial supplements I need. So making sure I've got my EAs, making sure I've got carb powders, making sure I've got my pre-workouts, making sure I'm getting, so I'm going to be using glucose disposal agents. I'm going to be investing basically the 1% supplements which I need, obviously, to bodybuild and just have a better body, better mind, better just everything. Anything I can do, basically. I don't know if you can tell, but like, I'm literally going all out on absolutely everything I physically can do. I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be getting, for example, a sunlight. So in the morning I'm being woken up by light, like by natural light, versus being woken up by, well, I say natural, it's not natural, but basically get woken up more in accordance with my circadian rhythm. So obviously reacting to blue light, which comes from the sun, basically gets emitted from this light, so not being woken up by a shitty sound. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And then just like a few things like having like a board to write down things on. I'll cover more of this as obviously go. I just thought I'd kind of give like a brief synopsis of basically what's going to change in terms of my personal life. And then in the month we start with the new coach, which we'll do a grand reveal for at the time. Hope you guys have enjoyed. I don't know really if you can enjoy this, but I hope you guys can see how switched on I am for this. How ready I am to do this, and how eager I am to basically get through this next year, but enjoy the process and reap the benefits, and then obviously start my anabolic journey at the end of this series. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So catch you guys in a bit.